Power. This one, right? Yeah.
No.
What's it plugged into?
What happened?
Plug it into 4. 4? Yeah.
Yeah, spot's on 6. No, but what happened?
The wheels come out.
Spotlight?
No, one of the lights.
Which ones are plugged up?
Hilda, this has to be the slowest day we've ever had.
You can say that again.
You know, I'm almost tempted to close up shop and call it a day.
You might as well. I mean, we have styled and restyled each other's hair back there so much, we are bored to tears.
Wait a minute, things might be looking up. Good morning, Fantastic Frill Salon. An appointment this afternoon? I think we can fit you in. Name, please? Helen. Yes, 2 o'clock will be fine. A special occasion? Your face is going to launch 1,000 ships. So you want to look your best? Don't worry, Helen. We'll send you out in style. Okay, see you at 2.
Who is that?
Some woman named Helen. She lives in Troy. Said something about wanting to look special for Paris.
Huh? Sounds as if there'll be a big tip in it for us, huh?
Now don't count your curlers before the end.
I guess. But I mean, Paris, you know?
Is this Fantastic Frill Salon?
At your service. I'm Hilda, and this is Olivia, the owner.
What can we do for you, miss?
A lot. Goldilocks. And what you could do for me is get me out of a lot of hot water.
Like what?
Well, see, there's 3 bears. A father bear, a mother bear, and a baby bear who whines all the time.
Well, what about them?
Well, it seems they have warrants out for my arrest.
Arrest?
Oh, I don't like the sound of this, Olivia.
Well, listen, it's nothing serious, really. I wandered their house by mistake, and they got into a big huff about it. In fact, they were downright grisly about it. They told the police that I broke their chairs, ate their food, and...
Wait a minute. What is it you want us to do exactly? We're hairdressers, not lawyers.
Yeah. Well, see, this hair.
Yeah, it's real pretty.
Lovely.
The curls.
Yeah. Well, it's also a dead giveaway. They're looking for a girl with golden locks. And until I can give myself a good attorney, I need a disguise. Something straight. Brunette, maybe. With some hair extensions.
Well,
She really does seem like a nice
Mike
girl,
Bertram, please
Olivia.
call the main office.
Will you do it, please?
oh, all right. Take it back to Gladys. You'll be a new person when we see you again.
Thanks. You're a real lifesaver.
No problem. Good morning, Fantastic Frill Salon. Why, that's the most amazing thing I've ever heard. It turned completely to gold. The brush, too. Wow. Well, first try a good conditioner, and if that doesn't work, we'll make an appointment for you. Good luck.
What was that all about?
It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. It seems that when this girl's father touches things, they turn to gold. Anyway, he offered to brush her hair for her, and the minute he touched it, zap, instant gold, and the brush along with it.
Oh my god. No, wait, you're saying she has a brush stuck in her hair?
Her hair is like hard as a rock, she said.
Oh my god. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yoo-hoo.
Is anybody there?
Yeah, come on in. We're open.
Thank goodness. I've been tripping all over the streets looking for a salon that's open.
My God, look at that hair, Olivia.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm here. I need you to cut it.
But why would you want to cut it? It's absolutely gorgeous.
You'd want to cut it too if you knew the trouble it caused me.
Like what? Trouble.
Like having a witch keep me locked up in a huge tower without an elevator.
If it doesn't have an elevator, how does anybody get to the top?
3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
By climbing up your hair.
Bingo.
That's incredible. What kind of conditioner do you use?
Well, that's my little secret. Well, anyway, here I am doing my nails, or watching the soaps, and I have to listen to Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Day in, day out, I am sick of it. I want one of those short, cute styles. I think they're really me.
Oh, well, if you're really sure,
I'm totally sure.
oh, take her back to Loretta. She loves to cut hair.
It's okay, come with
I
me.
hope you're doing the right thing, hon. Good morning, Fantastic Bill Salon. Yes, that sounds pretty messy. I'd be startled too. A spider, you say? Well, first try a good shampoo, and if it doesn't all come out, give us a call. Sure, anytime.
Another customer?
Oh, one of Esther's regulars. You know, that Muppet girl who's into the health food.
Oh my God. That stuff that she eats makes me sick. Do you remember what she was eating last week? That curds and whey?
I know.
Oh my God, I was gonna barf.
Well, it seems little Miss Muffet was sitting outside eating a bowl full of that awful concoction, and a spider came up. A little old spider. And scared her so much, she got a whole bowl full of it on her head.
Well, you know what? It serves her right for eating that stuff in the first place, you know?
Pardon me, but can I get an appointment today?
Oh, of course.
Well, I'm in a hurry. My stepmother and stepsisters will be home after lunch, and I've got to clean the fireplace before they get there.
Excuse me for staring, but did you know you're only wearing one shoe?
Of course. I lost the other one last night at a discotheque.
How could you lose a shoe at a disco?
Well, at the time, I was really preoccupied. See, there was this really handsome guy. And he turned out to be a prince, and then I had to watch the time or else I'd get stuck in the parking lot with these mice and pumpkins, and it was just crazy.
Oh. Well,
Well, I've got to look really wonderful tonight because he might be paying me a visit, and I just want to look, well, much better than this.
Oh, that's kind of nice, you know?
Yeah, especially if it fits, you know?
if what fits?
Well, the shoe. I mean, if it fits, I can waltz off of this life of drudgery and you know, waltz off in grand style with him.
Oh, I see.
Well, Francine just happens to have an opening, and Hilda will show you the way.
We'll make you look
Perfect.
much better, sweetie.
Thank you so much. And if the shoe fits, you both will get an invitation to the wedding.
Oh, thank you. What a darling. God.
I mean, a wedding? That would be so sweet. I mean,
Hi there.
oh my God.
I have to sit down.
I'm gonna faint.
Oh.
Oh no.
God.
Oh no.
Excuse me? But where have you been for the last 100 years?
Actually, I've been asleep.
Wait. Are you the one they call Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah. You see, the last thing I remember was pricking my finger, I don't know, on a spinning wheel and falling into a deep sleep. The next thing I knew, this strange man, whom I had never seen before, gave me a kiss and woke me up.
So you've been asleep for 100 years?
Oh, Hilda, baby, that explains the hairstyle, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know. Hey.
Oh, is something wrong?
Yes, dear. your hairstyle. Nobody's worn it that way for decades, or in your case, centuries, but we're not getting into that right now. But don't worry, Hilda's gonna take you back to Marta. She's a whiz with the new styles.
Quickly.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on. Quick, Mom. Let's make it snappy here. Martha, settle down. It's just hair. You can fix it.
Am I late?
Late for what?
A very important date.
Do you have an appointment?
An appointment? I just can't seem to recall. See, my life has been rather turbulent lately, and it's all because of that silly white rabbit.
What white rabbit?
The one with the waistcoat and the pocket watch that I followed down the rabbit hole. She was infinitely more interesting than being read to by my sister from a book without pictures. And books without pictures are really, really boring.
I suppose. But what about the rabbit?
He led me on a wild goose chase, rather a wild rabbit chase, all through the countryside. That's the last time I'll ever do that again. Believe me.
Excuse me, honey, but your hair?
Is a mess. Tell me about it. The way my afternoon went yesterday, I'm surprised I still have my head. It was bad enough eating those mushrooms and playing Trivial Pursuit about ravens and writing desks. And when the Red Queen started yelling, off with her head, off with her head! I've had a really tough day.
I imagine, but back to the subject at hand.
Which is
The reason you came in here. Did you want an appointment?
an appointment? Of course not. I'm still trying to find that silly rabbit. I could have sworn he came in here. Have you seen him?
Where could he have gone?
Aha! There he is, and here I go.
Go where?
Through the looking glass. Where else?
Oh, how stupid of me.
Thank you so much. I love it.
You leaving so soon?
Yes, but thank you so much. I'm just so happy. I won't get caught now, and I'm just so happy. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Now you stay out of trouble, you hear?
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Wow. I mean, I like feel 50 pounds lighter already.
I can't believe they cut so much off.
I know. I love it.
Can I offer you some coffee before you go?
Thanks, but no. I have a date with this really cute guy I met the other day while hanging my former hair out the window to dry.
Well, you have fun.
Oh, I will. Bye-bye, and thanks
Come
a
back
lot.
soon.
Oh, I will.
You were so right. My fairy godmother was right. You do work miracles here. Thank you so much.
Oh, your hair is beautiful.
I know. Thank you. I'm so excited to meet him. I'll tell you all about it.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
goodbye.
Thank you.
How do you like the new me?
Briar Rose? For a second, I didn't recognize you.
Pretty chic, hey?
Think you'll become one of our regulars?
Sure, why not?
Just don't wait another 100 years. No, honey, I meant that.
Okay.
No, your appointment's next week. Okay, thanks. Don't forget to come back. Wow, it got really busy.
Yeah.
But where did everybody go? They're off to turn people's heads, I guess. Did you see Briar Rose?
I did. Oh my God, with the new streets, like all the
Oh,
colors.
she's a 10.
Did you hear Martha scream when I took her back there?
I know.
I had to calm her down with an ice pack. Swear to God, it was horrible.
Oh, while you were gone, this nutcase came in here, was rambling on about rabbits and writing desks and queens and ravens.
Oh my God. Well, what can you expect? I mean, it's Brooklyn in the year 2000. I mean, people are just crazy these days. You can't count on anything, you know?
No, especially not normal people.
Oh, I know. Well, sure is quiet around here again, you know?
Well, you know what they say, Hilda.
What's that, Olivia?
Hair today, gone tomorrow.
Oh my God. No, seriously, you gotta stop.
Oh, no,
No, knock it off. It's not funny.
Oh, yeah, it is.
No, sorry.
Quickly.
Like now. There we go.
And the curtain will close and then goes yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Never remember. Do you take your coat off when you jump, or do you leave it on? If you leave it on, you sink faster. That would seem to be the point. But in the movies, I think they take their coats off. Of course, you leave the coat behind because you leave some identification in the coat pocket. Otherwise, no one might not even know. And if no one knows, what's the point? Forgot my wallet. A note. I've got to be sure she finds out. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You scared me.
I was just wondering if you had a piece of paper, pen or pencil. I need to write a note. It's probably just, let's see, my name, address, social security number, bank account number, driver's license number, telephone number.
Are you cashing a check?
Well, no.
Well, could you hold these? I'm sure I have a pen in here somewhere. Would you hold these? Here's a pen. I thought I had a notepad in here somewhere.
What about this?
No. Where's your coat? You'll catch pneumonia. Frostbite.
Frostbite? Pneumonia? Those melodies don't scare me anymore, my dear. No more worries about carcinogens for me. Cigarettes, power lines, nuclear reactors, I don't care.
You don't care?
I'm past caring. Here, thanks a lot. Saved my life, well, so to speak.
You're past caring?
Yes.
That's despicable.
What?
No public spirit, no political consciousness, no democratic responsibility.
It's not that, it's
You should
just...
be ashamed of yourself.
No, you don't understand.
Haven't you ever stood up for what you believed in? Haven't you ever considered dying for a cause? You probably don't even vote. Are you registered to vote?
Well, no. Well, I just...
I have an application for the Sierra Club if you'd like to join. Could you hold these again? Would you mind holding these again? I think I have it in here somewhere.
Look, maybe you could just mail it to me.
You won't regret it. Well,
Well?
give me your name and address so I can mail you an application form.
Oh, sure. Do you have a piece of paper, pen or pencil?
Oh, I'm not myself tonight. I'm a little upset, in fact. I get politically upset when I get politically involved when I'm upset about personal matters. When I was younger, I became a socialist after my fiance left me at the church. It helps take my mind off my personal problems. That's what I think. We'd have a real democracy if everybody's life was a mess. Don't you agree?
Oh, what? Oh, could you hold this?
Not until I get your name and address and your solemn promise to join.
The socialist?
Sierra Club. I'm not that upset. I've had these rejections before.
I'm really cold.
Well, put your coat on, you silly goose. It's Minnesota. Where do you think you are? Florida?
Well, actually, I just moved here from San Francisco. It's my first winter, and my last.
You mean you don't like it here?
Well, it's not that, it's just personal problems.
Listen, I could arrange for you to get in contact with the Socialist Workers' Party if it's a serious personal problem. If it's not too serious, I'm sure volunteering for the Republicans would do the trick.
It's too serious for the Social Workers Party.
Listen, I know a man who knows a man who can put you in touch with the underground group.
No.
Left wing or right, whichever you prefer. You give yourself to a higher cause, and your personal problems melt away.
Just sign me up with the Sierra Club. What did you say your name was?
Denise,
Hi, I'm Jerry with the J.
your hand's so cold.
Well, yes, I've been trying to, could you hold this?
Put your coat on, for heaven's sake, Jerry. Listen to me. I've lived here all my life. I know what winter's like.
No! I've got to leave the coat here. It's got my name and address in it.
Then you're serious about this?
You're darn right I'm serious about
I'm
this.
so glad.
I've never been so serious about anything. What?
The Sierra Club will really have some clout once it gets a few members like you. Jerry, wait!
What is it?
You don't have to leave the whole coat with me, just the slip of paper. And put your coat back on.
Oh,
You Californians.
no. I think I should take it off. What's this?
Don't read that.
My sweetheart Harley.
Pretty graphic, isn't it?
Who's Harley?
He was my husband until this morning.
Did you guys get divorced this morning?
I found that note this morning.
All my love, breathlessly, passionately.
Don't read the rest.
Oh, Llewellyn.
Can you imagine? What kind of a name is Llewellyn? From the East Coast, he says. Very sophisticated, he says. Knows how to dress, he says. Knows what's happening, he says. Well, Jerry, I'll tell you, this gal from Minnesota knows what's happening. She's only 19, but her hair and her clothes and her makeup, she looks like she's something out of Cosmo magazine. But I'll tell you where she's living.
Harley ran off with?
Don't even say her name.
With what's her name?
That's right.
I guess we got a lot in common then.
But I'll tell you, Jerry with the J, if I'm not good enough for old Harley, he's certainly not worth the Sierra Club. What's wrong with my clothes? I've got a dress for him. I hope she freezes her little you-know-what off. Oh, you poor goose, you're freezing. Here, why don't you take my coat?
No, really, please. Look, Denise, I appreciate your concern, but it's too late.
Frostbite?
Suicide.
I see. You Californians are always exaggerating. Minnesota winters are cold, but they're surely not that cold. Jerry! Jerry!
Let me go, Denise. Tell her I hope she's happy with her darn lumberjack.
What are you talking about?
She was happy enough when we lived in San Francisco together. I'm a college professor,
Really?
and I wasn't afraid she wouldn't like it here. So used to fresh fish, warm weather, abalone.
What do you teach?
Artichokes, avocados, political science, surf, fisherman's wharf.
Political science?
But then, what does she do? She meets a lumberjack. She runs off with him. She cooks pancakes for him at some lumber camp near Boundary Waters, wherever they are, named Savin or Old or Newt.
Political science?
So I'm doing the only thing I can, Denise. Here,
Jerry.
give me that coat, and that, and that. I'll sink for sure now, Denise. Straight to the bottom. They'll find my poor, bloated, waterlogged,
Jerry.
drowned body. She'll be sorry. Even Savin will be
Jerry.
sorry. Or Newt.
Jerry,
What?
I really like that hat, Jerry. Would you mind leaving the hat?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away.
I understand.
It was really thoughtless of me.
You're under a lot of pressure right now.
Yes, I am. You know, I always admired people who get involved politically. Why? I just stand on the sidelines, analyze, observe, the scientific approach, nonpartisan, objective.
You were planning on drowning?
This is a bridge, isn't it? Boy, in San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, the San Rafael Bridge, the San Mateo Bridge. Constant reminders of the ultimate choice. Hundreds of feet down in the dark, shark-infested waters below.
It is dark.
Well, it's night.
Sharks?
It's not a pretty death.
Maybe a few northerns.
Northerns?
Northern Pike, under the ice.
I don't like saying goodbye, Denise. So, goodbye. Ice?
It's about 2 feet deep by now.
That would really hurt.
You could always aim for a nice fishing hole.
I hadn't really paid any attention to that. I'm so upset about that lumberjack. It gets so cold so quickly. Oh, you're freezing.
I know a place where we could get a cup of coffee.
Well, I'm pretty cold. I could probably think this through until spring. So, where is this coffee place?
My place. Lights up for curtain call. Okay, then we'll have to get those up again so we can strike the session.
I'm sorry, I don't know how I got in here.
Thank goodness you're here, George. An awful thing has happened.
What?
Eddie's been in a car accident, and now you'll have to go on for him.
Well, that's awful, but who's Eddie?
Eddie, Edwin, and now you'll have to go on for him.
On for him.
You play the part. Now, I know you haven't had a chance to rehearse and everything, but presumably you know your lines. You've certainly seen it enough, George.
I don't understand. Do I know you?
Oh, really, George? We have not enough time for this. Half hour.
My name isn't George, it's, well, I don't know what it is, but it's not George.
My God, did you hear about Eddie?
Yes, I did.
It's just too awful. Well, good luck tonight, George. We're all counting on you. Now, you are a bit young for the part, and you're shorter than Edwin. So we'll cut the lines about you bumping your head on the ceiling. Oh, don't forget, when I cough 3 times, that's your cue to unzip the back of my dress, and then I'll slap you across the face. We changed it from last night.
What play are we doing?
Coward.
What?
Coward. No coward. Oh, George, don't do that. For a moment, I thought you were serious. Break a leg tonight, darling.
Coward. I wonder if it's Private Lives. At least I've seen that one, only I don't remember rehearsing it. And am I an actor? I thought I was an accountant. And why does everyone keep calling me George?
Hello, Stanley. I heard about Edwin. Good luck tonight. We're all counting on you.
Well, what play are we doing?
Very funny, Stanley.
No, really, I've forgotten. What's the play, please?
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
By Samuel Beckett? You know, in the garbage can. Oh, Stanley, you're always playing these tricks. Just don't do it on stage. Anyway, good luck tonight. I mean, break a leg. Did you hear Edwin broke both legs?
I've never heard of Checkmate.
George! Why aren't you in your costume? We have 15 minutes.
Oh, too late! Hey, Eddie. Hey, wait a minute. You're not Eddie.
You don't
Who are you?
recognize me?
Well, who the devil are you?
I don't know. George, I think. Maybe Stanley. Probably George.
Hey, listen, buddy. No one's allowed backstage. I'm going to report you to the stage manager.
She already knows I'm here.
She does? Well, she already knows you're here. None of my business. But I'm late. I gotta go.
10 minutes, everybody. The call is 10 minutes.
I'd better just go home.
George, why aren't you in your costume? Go to the dressing room.
Where is the dressing room?
This way, George. Really, we have 5 minutes. Everybody, the call is 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? At this evening's performance, the role of Elliot, normally played by Edwin Booth, will be played by George Spelvin. The role of Amanda, normally played by Sarah Siddons, will be played by Sarah Bernhardt. The management wishes to remind the audience that the taking of photographs is strictly forbidden by law and is dangerous as it may disorient the actor. Thank you.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
What?
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Probably. Am I Hamlet now?
Whose yacht do you think that is?
Where?
The Duke of Westminster, I expect it always is.
Well, perhaps. To be or not to be? I don't know any more of it.
Elliot, please, we are on our honeymoon.
Are we?
Yes, me with Victor and you with Sybil.
Ah,
Tell me about Sybil.
I've never met her.
Oh, George, you're so amusing. Now you're married to Sybil. Tell me about her.
Not much to say. She's sort of nondescript.
I bet you were just about to say that she resembled Lady Bundle. She has several chins, one blue eye, one brown eye, and a third eye in the center of her forehead, weren't you?
I suppose I was.
I bet you were just about to tell me that you traveled around the world.
Yes, I traveled around the world.
How was it?
The world?
Yes.
Oh, it's very nice.
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
I guess it did.
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
Hard to say. Oh, what brand biscuit box?
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it? Did it?
My. Look at how dusty this table is. I think I'll clean it up a little.
Not only did the Taj Mahal look like a biscuit box, but women should be struck regularly like gongs.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Yes, quite extraordinary.
How was China?
What?
You traveled around the world. How was China?
Oh, it's very nice. I felt homesick.
How was China?
Lots of rice. The women bind their feet.
How was China?
I missed Sybil.
How was China?
I missed the maid. Oh, maid!
How was China?
Just a second, please. Maid, I think you've missed a spot here.
How was China?
Very large China.
And Japan?
Very small Japan.
And Ireland?
Very green.
And Iceland?
Very white.
And Italy?
Very Neapolitan.
And Copenhagen?
Very cosmopolitan.
And Florida?
Very condominium.
And Sybil?
What?
Do you love Sybil?
Who's Sybil?
Your wife, who you married after you and I got our divorce.
Oh, we got a divorce? Yes, I forgot that part.
So, do you love Sybil?
I guess so. I married her.
Elliot. Oh, I'm sorry. We were fools to have left each other. Kiss me.
Oh, how ghastly.
This must be Sybil.
Oh, is this Amanda? Elliot, I think she's simply obnoxious.
Oh, how very rude.
Oh, Elliot, how can you treat me like that?
Hello, Sybil.
Well, since you asked, I'm very upset. Did my eyes deceive me, or were you kissing my husband a moment ago?
We must all speak in very low voices and attempt to be civilized.
I was speaking in a low voice.
But I could still hear you.
Sorry.
Oh, the woman's an idiot. I can't hear a bloody word she's saying. Say something, Elliot.
I couldn't hear her either.
Elliot, you must choose between us immediately. Do you love this creature, or do you love me?
I wonder where the maid is.
Forget about the maid, Elliot!
I choose... I don't know my lines. I don't know how I got here. I wish I weren't here. I wish I'd joined the monastery after high school. I was going to, but then I didn't.
There, Elliot. Your malaria is acting up again. Now, come. Who do you choose? Me? Or that baggage over there?
You're the baggage, not I. Yes, Elliot. Whom do you choose?
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Amanda.
I choose Amanda. I think that's what he does in the play.
Very well. I can accept defeat gracefully. I hope, Elliot, that when you find me hanging from the hotel lobby chandelier, with my eyes bulged out and my tongue hanging out, you'll be very, very sorry. Goodbye.
What a dreadful sport she is.
Poor Sybil, she's gonna hang herself.
Some women should be hung regularly like tapestries. Who cares? Whose yacht do you think that is?
The Duke of Westminster...
Oh, how dare you mention that time in Mozambique? There, darling. I'm sorry. I love you madly.
I think I inhaled your cigarette ash.
Oh, there. We're not angry anymore. You wait here, and I'll go pack my things, and then we'll run off together before Victor gets back. Oh, darling, isn't it extraordinary how potent sheet music is?
Oh.
Hail to your lordship.
Oh, hello. Are you Victor?
The same, my lord, and the poor servant as ever.
This doesn't sound like no coward.
A truant disposition, my good lord.
You're not Victor, are you?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Yes. And how was that?
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Hard upon. I see. Oh, good to me. Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. What does that mean? Oh, she's gone already.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
You did? Who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Seizing your admiration for a while with an intent ear till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
I see. I'm Hamlet now.
By their oppressed in fear surprised eyes within his crutchern's length, whilst they distilled almost to jelly with the act of fear, stand dumb and speak not to him. This to me in dreadful secrecy in part they did, and I with them the third night kept watch, where, as they had delivered both in time the form of the thing, each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more like.
Oh, I see. A strange and wondrous tale you tell, Horatio. It doth turn my ear into a very merry bear bodkin.
As I do live, my honor, Lord, 'tis true, and we think of it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh yes, my lord. He wore his beaver up.
his beaver up. He wore his beaver up.
Countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Well, my father was a king of much renown in all of London town. And in Denmark.
Our duty to your honor.
Where are you going? Don't go. Maybe someone else will come out in a minute. Of course, sometimes people have soliloquies in Shakespeare. But we'll just wait a moment more and then we can go on with the play. Oh dear. To be or not to be, that is the question. Oh, maid, line. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave I am. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind's eye to kill oneself or not kill oneself, to sleep a great deal. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our lives are rounded by a little sleep. Thrift, Horatio, neither a borrower nor a lender be. But to thine own self be true, I wonder whose yacht that is out there. How is China? It's very large China. Well, how is Japan? It is very small Japan. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Line. Oh my God, I'm heartfully sorry for having offended thee. Line. Normally when you call for a line, the stage manager will give you your next one to try and refresh your memory. Line. The last poor Yorick, I knew him well. Line. Get thee to a nunnery. A nunnery. When I was younger, I was taught by nuns. I really did sort of rather like the nuns. They were sort of warm, although a little crazy too. Line. I was going to join the monastery when I was younger, but then they said I was too young and should wait a while. Then I just stopped believing in all that stuff. I never did join the monastery. I became an accountant. Line. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be Hamlet or Private Lives or something. I just keep babbling on like a maniac. I really don't remember attending a single rehearsal. I thought I was an accountant, and, you know, it was just like, here I am on stage, and you guys came to see Edwin Booth, and instead you get me. I really am very sorry. I'm rather embarrassed. It is a far, far better place to go than I've ever gone before. It's a far, far better place to be than I've ever done before. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Oh, hello. Are you Ophelia? Get thee to a nunnery. Get in? Okay. This must be one of those modern Hamlets.
Nothing to be done. Pause, wrinkles nose. Nothing to be done.
That's the reasonable attitude. Are we on a guest waiting for Godot?
No, Willie, he came already. Yesterday he came, telling a lot of unpleasant jokes about various ethnic groups and stewardesses. He was just dreadful. Pause, rolls eyes upward.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Pause. So we're not waiting for anyone, are we?
No, dear, we're not. It's just another happy day. Pause, smile, picks knit from head.
Do you smell something?
That's not your line. Willie doesn't have many lines. Oh, Willie, how talkative you are today.
There seems to be some sort of muck at the bottom of my garbage can.
Must complain, Willie. There's muck at the bottom of everyone's garbage can. Count your blessings, Willie. I do. 1, 2, 3. Are you counting, Willie?
I guess so.
I'm up to 3. That's my eyesight. Oh my God! I've gone blind! I can't see, Willie! Oh, dear, oh my, oh, what a terrible day! Oh well, not so bad, really. I only used my eyesight when I wanted to see something, but no more.
I don't know this play at all.
Oh, count your blessings, Willie. Let me hear you count them.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's my eyesight, and 4 is my hearing. 5 is my MasterCard, and 6 would be...
Did you say God, Willie?
No.
Why did you leave the monastery, Willie? Was it the same reason I left the opera?
I have no clue.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Oh, listen, Willie, a voice. Maybe there really is a God.
At this evening's performance, the role of Sir Thomas More, the man for all seasons, normally played by Edwin Booth, will be played by George Spelman. The role of Lady Alice, normally played by Sarah Bernhardt, will be played by Sarah Siddons. And at this evening's performance, the executioner will play himself.
What did she say?
The executioner will play himself.
What does that mean? The executioner will play himself.
Oh, Father, why do they have you locked up in this dreadful dungeon? It's more than I can bear.
I brought you a custard, Thomas.
Mother's brought you a custard, Father.
Yes, thank you.
Father, if you don't give in to King Henry, they're going to cut off your head.
Aren't you going to eat the custard I brought you, Thomas?
No, thank you. Oh my God, I've got to get out of here.
He's over here, and he'll never give in to the king.
No, I might. It's just all about Anne Boleyn and everything.
Yes, and now you believe in the Catholic Church and the infallibility of the Pope and the everlasting life of the soul?
I don't necessarily believe in any of that. Oh, sir, there's been an error. I think it's just fine if the king marries Anne Boleyn. I just want to wake up.
Father, don't deny God just to spare me and Mother's feelings. We're more than welcome to have you dead, if it's a matter of principle.
The first custard didn't turn out all that well, Thomas. This is the second one. Although I think there's some hair in it.
Oh, shut up about your custard. I don't think the Pope is infallible at all. I think he's a perfectly normal man with perfectly normal capabilities who wears gold slippers. I just want to wake up now.
Oh, I was having the most pleasant dream, Willie. Go ahead and let him cut your head off. It'll be a nice change of pace.
That blade looks very real to me. I want to change blades. I wonder whose yacht that is out there. No, thank you. A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
Sir Thomas More, you've been found guilty of the charge of high treason. The sentence of the court is that you be taken to the Tower of London, thence to the place of execution, and there your head should be stricken from your body, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All this talk about God. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't join the monastery when I was younger. And I'm sorry I giggled during Mass in the 3rd grade. I don't see any reason to be killed for it.
Nothing to be done. That's what I find so wonderful about all this.
Do I understand you right? You wish to reverse your previous stand on King Henry's marriage to Anne and deny the Bishop of Rome?
Yes, God, yes. I don't care. Let him marry 8 wives.
That's a terrible legacy of cowardice, Sir Thomas More, to leave behind.
I don't care.
I'm going to ignore what you've said and cut off your head anyway. And then we'll all pretend you went to your death nobly. The church needs its saints, and the school children have got to have their heroes to look up to. Don't you all agree?
I know I need someone to look up to. Pause, smile, picks nose.
I don't think the Pope is infallible at all. I just want to wake up now, anytime. You know, I think I should wake up considering this should just be a dream and all. I just don't want to die.
Sir Thomas More, prepare to meet your death.
Quiet, I'm about to wake up.
Sir Thomas More, prepare to meet your death.
I'm awake. No, I'm not.
He doesn't know his lines.
Sir Thomas More, prepare to meet your death.
Line.
You turn to the executioner and you say, "Friend, be not afraid of your office. Send me to God."
I don't like that line. Give me another one.
Well, George, that's your line. Say it.
I don't want to.
George, say your line.
Say it, Willie. It'll mean so much to me and generations of school children to come.
Say it!
Oh, friend, be not afraid of your office. You send me to extraordinary how potent cheap music can be.
For crying out loud, George, say your line.
Women should be struck regularly like gongs.
George, say your line.
They say you can never dream your own death, so I imagine I'll wake up right before he brings that very real-looking axe down on my head. So I might as well just get it over with.
George, say your right line.
Friend, be not afraid of your office.
Goodbye, Willie.
Goodbye, Elliot.
Bye, George.
Goodbye, Sir Thomas More.
You send me to God.
Behold the head of Sir Thomas More.
Oh, I wish I weren't blind and I could see that, Willie. Oh, well, no matter. It's still been another happy day. Pause, smile, wrinkles nose, pause, picks knit from head, pause, wiggles ears. All in darkness, utterly useless, no one sees her. Count 2, 1, 2, end of play.
I'm awake! Oh, no, I'm not! Ah!
Ivan, come in, come in. What a surprise to see you here, my boy. How are you?
I'm all right, and you?
Oh, just fine, getting by. Please sit down. You've been neglecting your neighbors, haven't you? I haven't seen you in ages. But why are you dressed like that? Gloves, hat? Are you going to a funeral?
No, just coming to see you, my dear Stefan Stepanovich.
But why are you wearing a suit? It's not New Year's Eve, you know.
Well, I've come as I've come before, to trouble you with a small request. I've come to seek your assistance, and you have more than once, you know. May I have some water, please?
Yes. Wants to borrow money. Fat chance. Yes, go on. What is it?
Well, it's like this, my dear Stepanich. Excuse me, my dear Itch and Step. Oh, Lord, I'm so confused, as I'm sure you can tell. In any case, and to make a long story short, you're the only person in the world who can help me. I don't deserve your help in the least, and I have no right to expect anything from you.
Oh, go on. Spit it out.
Yes, I'll spit it out. I'll spit it out right away. To be perfectly frank and come to the point, I've come to ask for the hand, that is, that regards your daughter, Natalia Stepanova. I want to marry her.
My dear fellow, say it again.
I respectfully request the honor.
Ivan, you're a prince, a genius. I'm overwhelmed, etc., etc. I've always been waiting for this day my entire life. Ivan, I've always thought of you as son, and I've always loved you. So, I allow you to take the hand of my daughter, and I will get her immediately. One moment.
Dear Stefan, will she accept?
Why, of course she will, my dear boy. She's mad about you, like a lovesick cat.
Oh man, it's so cold. I'm shaking all over as if I were an examination at the doctor's. The main thing here is to make up my mind. If I talk about it too much, or think about it too much, or hesitate, or become idealistic, or wait until I fall in love, I'll never get married. Oh, it sure is cold. Natalia is an excellent housekeeper. Her looks are all right, and she's well educated. What more do I want? Oh, I'm so nervous. My ears are buzzing. I'm already 35 years old. It's a critical age in a way. I have these palpitations of the heart, you see, and this nervousness. Right now my lips are trembling and my right eyelid is quivering. And it's even worse at night. I start to go to bed, and my body starts twitching all over. I wake up, walk around, and try to go back to sleep, but it happens all over again, 20 times a night.
Oh, it's you, Ivan. Papa said there was a merchant in here coming to claim his merchandise. How do you do?
How do you do, my dear Natalia?
Oh, excuse the apron and my not being dressed up. We're shelling peas. Here, let's sit. Have you had any lunch? Would you like some?
No, thank you, I've eaten.
Isn't it a lovely day we're having today? Yesterday was so wet we couldn't get anything done. How are you coming with your hay? I'm so greedy I had a whole field cut. But now I think I could be wrong. If it rains, the hay could rot, couldn't it? Well, what are you so dressed up for? Or are you going to a dance? Of course, you look very nice, but what for?
Well, my dear Natalia, I have something to say to you. Something which may surprise you. Something which may even make you angry. Isn't it cold in here?
Well, what do you want to say to me? Well?
Well, I'm sure you appreciate, dear Natalia, that for a long time now, I've known and had the privilege of knowing your family. My late aunt and her husband, who left me my estate, have always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. Our families have always been friendly, even affectionate. And our lands, you know, our land is right next to each other's. In fact, my cow pasture is located right next to your birch groves, and...
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, Ivan, but did you say your cow pasture? Do you really think the cow pasture is yours?
Of course it's mine.
Oh, well then this is a surprise. The cow pasture is not yours, but ours.
Dear Natalia, you are mistaken. The cow pasture is mine.
Since when has the cow pasture been yours?
Since when? It's always been mine.
You are mistaken, Ivan dear. It's ours.
It's mine.
Ours?
Mine.
No.
You can see for yourself, Natalia, dear, in the deed. I know there used to be some confusion about it, but now everyone knows the cow pasture is mine. There's nothing to argue about at all. You see, at one time, my aunt's grandmother allowed your father's grandfather's peasants to use the pasture, and in return, your father's grandfather's peasants were supposed to make bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Naturally, after using the pasture rent-free for 40 years, your father's grandfather's peasants began to act as if they owned it. But as everyone knows...
That has nothing to do with it. My great-grandfather and my grandfather have always said that their land went as far as the swamp, which obviously means the cow pasture. So there is nothing to talk about, and it is ridiculous.
You see for yourself in the deed.
That has nothing to do with it. I mean, the cow pasture is nothing to us. A measly 300 acres, worth a measly 13 rubles, 300 rubles. But it's the principle of the thing, Ivan. It's the principle of the thing.
Dear Natalia, your father's grandfather's peasants, as I've already explained, these peasants were supposed to make bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now, my aunt's grandmother, who wanted nothing more than to make life pleasant for your father's grandfather's peasants...
Grandfather's father's aunt? You're trying to drive me insane. The cow pasture is ours. There's nothing to it.
You are wrong, Natalia. The cow pasture is mine.
Ours. You can talk for a month and put on 15 dinner jackets, but the cow pasture is still ours.
Dear Natalia, I don't want the cow pasture. If you want it, I'll give it to you.
Give it to me? My dear Ivan, you cannot give me the cow pasture because the cow pasture is already mine. I will give the cow pasture to you, do you hear? Because it's mine. Your behavior today, Ivan, is very peculiar. Until now, I've always thought of you as a good neighbor, even as a friend. For instance, last year we lent you our threshing machine, didn't we? And had to postpone our own threshing until it was almost winter. And now you're treating us like beggars? Is that neighborly? Is that a friendly thing to do?
How dare you call me a land grabber? My dear young woman, I've never been a land grabber, and I'm not now a land grabber. The cow pasture is mine.
Ours.
Mine.
You're wrong. I'll prove it. I'm sending my mowers in there today.
What?
I'm sending my mowers in there today.
Well, I'll kick them out.
Oh, try it.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, well, the cow pasture is ours, and we'll never give it up.
If my heart wasn't palpitating and my insides weren't twitching, man, I would really give you a piece of my mind. Believe me, the cow pasture is mine.
Stop shouting. If you want to shout, you can go home and shout, but you cannot shout in my house.
The cow pasture is mine.
Ours.
Mine.
Ours.
What are you two shouting about?
Papa, will you please tell this unfortunate gentleman who owns the cow pasture?
Why
Do
we-
we or does he?
Why we do, old boy, we do.
But how can you, dear Stefan Stefanovich? Think for a minute. My aunt's grandmother did allow your father's grandfather's peasants to use the pasture. In return, they were supposed to make bricks for my aunt's grandmother.
No, you're forgetting something. The reason my father's grandfather's peasants refused to make bricks for your aunt's grandmother is because the land was in dispute. But that's all settled now. The land belongs to us. You can ask any halfwit in the county.
But I can prove it's mine.
You can't prove a thing, dear boy.
I can.
You can't. Showing doesn't prove anything. Look, I'm sure you're not trying to take my land, just as I am not trying to take your land. Why would I? In any case, if you continue to argue further, I'll have no choice but to give the land back to the peasants.
You can't give away someone else's land, so there.
You have no right to tell me I have no right. And what's more, I refuse to be spoken to like that. And Ivan, my dear, I am twice as old as you are, and I will argue no further with someone who is in such a frenzy.
Oh, my heart. Do you think I'm crazy? First you tell me my land is your land, you expect me not to be in a frenzy? Dear Stefan, you're not behaving like a good neighbor. You're behaving like a land grabber.
What did you say?
Papa,
What
send in
did
the
you call me?
mowers.
Sir, I repeat, what did you call me?
The cow pasture is ours. We'll never give it up.
We'll see about that. I'll go to court.
Court? You go to court. I know your type just itching to go to court, etc., etc. Sir, you're behaving like a petty-minded shyster. And what's more, your whole family is a pack of petty-minded, land-grabbing shysters.
My family is honorable. No one in my family has ever tried for embezzlement like your grandfather.
Your family is a pack of lunatics.
All lunatics.
Your grandfather was a drunk and your aunt ran away with an architect, etc.
Etc.
Your mother was a hunchback.
Your
Oh my-
father was a gambler and a rummy.
And your aunt was a public nuisance.
Oh, my heart. You're a politician.
A politician? Shut your mouth.
My heart wasn't palpitating. My insides were twitching. Where's my hat? I'm seeing stars. Oh, my heart.
You are the lowest, lousiest.
Malicious, two-faced.
Oh, here's my hat. Oh, my shoulder. My left foot is paralyzed. I can't go on. I'm dying. I'm dying. Where's the door?
Go and get out of here.
Yeah.
Where's the door?
Go to court. Try it. Just try it.
May he roast in hell.
He's a devil. How can you trust such a man?
He's a fiend.
He's a monster. First, he tries to steal our land, and then he insults us.
And he has the gall to come in here and propose to...
Propose? Propose what?
marriage. He came here to propose marriage to you.
Propose marriage? To me? Oh. Go grab him! Get him! Bring him back!
Bring who back?
Oh, hurry! I'm sick! I'm dying! Get him back!
Oh my God. What have I done? I'll kill my... Hang on, 1 second.
Oh, what's happening to me? Get him! Grab him! Make him come back!
He's coming. The insect. What a pain it is to have a daughter. You yelled at him. You insulted him. You kicked him out.
Me? It was you! You yelled at him. You insulted him. You kicked him out.
Me? It was you. There he is. You talk to him. I can't.
Oh. Ivan, dear, we may have been a little hasty back there. It all comes back to me now. The cow pasture is yours.
My heart is beating too fast. My cow pasture. My eyes are twitching.
Yes, we were wrong. We were very wrong. Here, let's sit.
And I have proof, of course. My aunt's grandmother did allow your father's grandfather's peasants.
Yes. Forget. Let's change the subject. Are you going hunting this season?
Yes, I'm going grouse hunting once the harvest is in. But have you heard about my dog Bounder? He's gone lame.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
I don't know. He must have got bit or strained his paw or something. My best dog cost me 125 rubles.
Oh, Ivan, dear, you paid too much.
No, Natalia, dear, I got him very cheaply. He is a wonderful dog.
Well, but Papa got Rounder for only 85 rubles. And he is, of course, as you know, a much better dog than Bounder.
Rounder? Better than Bounder? That really is quite amusing.
But he is better, you know. I mean, he may be a little young, but when it comes to pedigree, he's the best dog in the county.
The lower jaw of your dog is too short. And if the lower jaw of your dog is too short, he's just no good for hunting.
His lower jaw is too short? It's news to me.
I'm afraid, nevertheless, the lower jaw of your dog is too short.
Did you measure it?
Yes, now, he may be all right as a pointer, but when it comes to retrieving, he's just no good.
Your dog, Bounder, is 50 years older than Rounder, and you dare to compare the two? First of all, your dog doesn't even have a pedigree. Your dog is nothing but an old, worn-out, ugly, hug-nosed mutt.
Now, he may be a bit old, but when it comes to hunting, your dog's lower jaw is just too short.
My dear Ivan, I believe that you are possessed by the devil today. You do nothing but contradict the truth. First you say the cow pasture's yours, then you say that Bounder's a better dog than Rounder. You know that Rounder is 100 times better than Bounder. Why not just admit it?
It's 100 times worse.
Did you know that hunters who talk the most know the least about hunting?
Oh, my heart. I'm seeing stars. I'm sorry, I can't go on.
You know that Rounder's 100 times better than Bounder.
He's 100 times worse.
Oh, well.
Now what?
Papa, will you please tell him who has the better dog, our Rounder or his Bounder?
Why?
Dear Stefan, just answer this one question for us. Is the lower jaw of your dog too short, or isn't it?
So what if it is? He's still the best dog in the county.
But isn't my dog better? Tell the truth.
Oh, your dog has good points, of course. I mean, he is thoroughbred. He has firm ribs, but you must face the fact, Ivan. He is pug-nosed and he is too old.
Pug-nosed? Oh, my heart. Your dog's a worn-out mutt.
The only reason he was losing in the race, or in the hunt, because one of the clerks kept hitting him with the whip.
Right, and why did one of the grooms keep hitting him with the whip? Because when the rest of the dogs were chasing the fox, your dog was chasing the sheep.
That's a lie. I'm losing my temper, and for that reason, I will argue no further. You're arguing because you're jealous of another dog, and you know the dog is better. So, and you're always looking for an excuse to argue, and for that reason, I will argue no further.
And so do I.
So do you what?
What kind of a hunter are you? You should hunt cockroaches in the kitchen, not foxes in the field.
Oh, my heart. My shoulders come off. My left foot is paralyzed.
Yes, what kind of hunter are you? You don't hunt. All you do is run around and disturb people and interfere with dogs. You don't hunt anyway. You're just a dude.
And you? You, I suppose, are a hunter? The only reason you go hunting is to butter up the neighborhood and plot and scheme. You're nothing but a politician.
A politician?
Oh. Old rat deceiver.
Puppy? Worm?
Oh, my heart. I can't go on. I'm fainting. Doctor, doctor.
Sissy? Weakling? Idiot?
Ivan Vasilovich! Ivan Vasilovich! He's dead! Help! What have you done?
What? What's going on?
He's dead.
What? Who's dead? Oh my God. Here, drink. Water. Oh my God, what have I done? He's not drinking. That means he's dead. Oh my God, I'll kill myself. I'll slit my wrist. Where's it gone? Help, please. Oh, hey, drink. What? Drink. He's awake. It means he's alive.
Who? What? I'm seeing stars in a mist. Where am I?
You two better get married right away, and heaven help you. Heaven help you, she accepts.
Who? What? Where?
She accepts. Kiss each other. Kiss. Now.
Yes, I accept.
Kiss who? What? That was very nice. Pardon me, but what is going on? Now I remember. Natalia, I'm so happy.
Oh,
My left foot is paralyzed.
I'm happy too.
What a way to begin the bliss of matrimony. I'll get some champagne.
And now I'm sure you'll admit that Rounder's a much better dog than Bounder.
Worse.
Better!
Champagne!
Champagne?
Champagne.
Get up, please, Al. Get up, baby.
I'll give you a couple words after.
The proletariat is right. The proletariat must always be right. And the revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on forever.
Leon,
And forever. And forever.
Leon, I was just reading the encyclopedia.
The heading?
Trotsky Leon.
Good. It's about me.
Listen to this. On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacan, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
Strange.
Yes,
What is the year of that encyclopedia?
2000.
Strange,
Yes,
but interesting. I am Trotsky.
yes, dear.
And this is our house in Coyoacan.
Yes.
And we have a Spanish gardener named Ramon.
Mercader, yes.
There aren't any other Trotskys living in Coyoacan, are there?
No, not under that name.
What is the date today?
August 21st, 1940.
Then I'm safe. This article says that it happened on the 20th, which means it would have happened yesterday.
What, Leon?
And I'd be dead today with the mountain climber's axe in my skull.
Leon?
Where a capitalist press never get things right.
But Leon, isn't that the handle of a mountain climber's axe sticking out of your own skull right now?
It certainly does look like one. And you know, Ramon was in here yesterday telling me about his mountain climber's trip. And now that I think of it, he was carrying a mountain climber's axe. I can't remember if he had it when he left the room. Did Ramon report into work today? No one is safe. Force must be used, and revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on forever.
Leon,
Forever and forever.
Leon, I was just reading the encyclopedia.
Is it the Britannica?
Listen to this.
The universe as viewed by the victors.
On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacan, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
Yes, and?
I think that's the mountain climber's axe in your own skull right now.
I knew that. When I was shaving this morning, I noticed a handle sticking out of the back of my skull. For For a moment I thought it was an ice pick, so at first I was worried.
No, it's not an ice pick.
Don't even say that word. You know my reoccurring nightmare
Yes, dear.
about the ice pick that buries itself in my skull?
Yes, dear.
That is why I forbade any of our servants to allow ice picks into this house.
But Leon.
No one may be seen with an ice pick, especially not the Spanish communists.
But Leon.
We'll do without ice. We'll drink our liquor neat and our Coca-Cola warm. Who cares if this is Koi-Con in August? Not a bad song title. We'll allow ice into this house. Yes, ice will be allowed into this house in blocks, but may not be picked or chipped under any circumstances. Ice cube trays will also be allowed, if they've been invented yet. I bet that article doesn't say anything about an ice cube tray stuck in my skull, does it?
No.
Does it?
No.
Ha! I've outsmarted destiny, which is only a capitalist explanation for the status quo.
Leon.
Also, look at this. Do you know what this is?
No.
It's a skull.
Well, I knew that, but.
I bought this skull. I own this skull. So what does that make this? Skull. If some Spanish communist posing as a gardener wants to bury anything in my skull, be it a, or anything else, he'll see the skull, recognize it as my skull, bury something in it, and he'll go his way and I'll go mine. Isn't that ingenious?
Up to a point.
50 more years of Trotsky!
I have some very bad news for you, Leon.
A mountain climber's axe? Ingenious. Funny. I always thought that it was an ice pick.
A mountain climber's axe. A mountain climber's axe. Can't I get that through your skull?
This is very bad news. This is serious.
What's serious, Leon?
I have a mountain climber's axe buried in my skull.
Smashed, actually. It says Mercator smashed the axe into your skull.
All
Not
right.
buried.
All right. What am I going to do?
Maybe a hat would cover the handle. You know one of those cute little alpine hats with a point and a feather?
The article says that I died today?
The 21st, that's today.
Does it say what time?
No?
So much for usefulness of this encyclopedia.
What should I tell the cook for supper?
Or she can forget about the soup course. But this man is a gardener.
Yes?
At least he's been posing as a gardener.
Yes?
Wouldn't that make him a member of the proletariat?
I'd say so.
Then what is he doing bearing a mountain climber's axe in my skull?
I don't know, have you been oppressing him?
Why would Ramon have done this to me?
Maybe he's a literalist.
A what?
A literalist? Maybe Ramon ran into Manuel yesterday and... a literalist. Maybe Ramon ran into Manuel yesterday. You know Manuel, the head gardener.
I know who Manuel is.
I know you know who Manuel is.
One of these days, Mr. Trotsky, bang, zoom!
Maybe Ramon asked Mr. Trotsky, will Mr. Trotsky have the time to look at the nasturtiums today? And maybe Manuel says, I don't know, ask Mr. Trotsky.
Very funny.
Or maybe he was just hot to Trotsky.
Very, very funny.
Or maybe he just wanted to pick your brain.
Stop it! Stop it! Call Ramon in here.
Ramon?
You better get in quickly. I have a mountain climber's axe in my skull.
Ramon, come quickly.
Good morning, Ramon.
Good morning, senor.
Have a seat, please. You see, we have a very good employer-employee relations here. Ramon, did you bury this mountain climber's axe in my skull?
No, senor. I smashed it into your skull. To say we buried it would imply the handle was not filling. We could say jammed, perhaps, or smashed, but not buried.
Excuse me?
We cannot say we buried the axe in your skull. We can still see the handle.
All right, but why did you do this?
I think I read it in the encyclopedia somewhere.
The power of the printed word.
Well, I had wanted to use an ice pick, but there weren't any around the house.
All right, but why did you do this? Do you realize who I am? Do you realize that you smashed this axe into the skull of a major political figure? I helped run the Russian Revolution. I fought Stalin. I was a major political theorist. Why did you do this? Was it political disaffection, an anti-counter-revolutionary backlash?
Actually, senor, it was love.
It's true, Leon. I'm only sorry you had to find out about it this way.
No!
Yes.
No!
See?
Oh, God, what a fool I've been.
Oh, what a pity.
Why did you really do this, Ramon?
You, senor, will never know.
This is a nightmare.
And for you, it will soon be over. Hasta la vista. Or should I say, buenas noches.
Okay, Ramon, you may go.
Senor,
Yes?
do you think you'll have time to look at the nasturtiums today? They're really very beautiful.
I don't think so, Ramon, but I'll try.
Hasta la vista, senor.
Oh.
Buenas noches.
The 21st of August, 1940, the day I'm going to die. Interesting. And to think that I've gone over so many 21st of August in my life, like a man walking over his own grave.
It's been wonderful being married to you, Leon.
Thank you, Mr. Trotsky.
Though it was a burden at times.
I'm sorry I was
Being
away.
married to a historical figure and all.
I'm sorry I was away from home so often, attending the revolution.
I understand.
And I'm sorry I had such trouble expressing my feelings.
No, please, don't.
And I had such trouble expressing my emotions.
Oh, I haven't been everything I should have been.
Was a little late for regrets with the mountain climber's axe in one's skull.
Smashed, actually.
Okay. But so it wasn't old age, or cancer, or the ice pick that I feared for years. It was an axe wielded by the Spanish communist man Ramon.
You really couldn't have guessed that, Leon.
So even an assassin can make the flowers grow. The garden was real, and yet the gardener was false. How was I to know that the man tending the nasturtiums would keep me from seeing what the weather would be like tomorrow? How was I to know that I never get to know about the bomb, or the 80,000 dead at Hiroshima, or Gorbachev, or the state of Israel? How was I supposed to know that the man tending the nasturtiums I'd be erased from the history books of my own land?
But Reed's dated, at least partially, someday.
Someday, for everyone, there's a room that you go into, and it's a room you'll never leave. Or you enter a room, and it's the last room you'll ever leave. This is my last room.
But you aren't even here, Leon.
What does that entry say again? Will you read it again?
On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
It gives you a little hope about the world, doesn't it? That a man can have a mountain climber's axe buried in a skull and yet live for one whole day? Maybe I'll go look at the nasturtiums.
Or at least widely inaccurate, it scores over the older, more pedestrian work in two important ways. First, it is slightly cheaper, and second, it has the words "Don't Panic" inscribed in large, friendly letters on the cover. To tell the story of the book, it is best to tell the story of some of the minds behind it. A human from the planet Earth was one of them. So, as our story opens, he no more knows his destiny than a tea leaf knows the history of the East India Company. His name is Arthur Dent. He's a 6-foot-tall ape descendant, and someone is trying to drive a bypass through his home.
Come off it, Mr. Dent. You can't win, you know. You must realize that you can't lie in front of bulldozers indefinitely.
I'm game. We'll see who rusts first.
I'm afraid you're going to have to accept it. This bypass has got to be built, and it's going to be built. Nothing you can say or do.
Why's it got to be built?
What do you mean, why's it got to be built? It's a bypass. You've got to build bypasses.
Didn't anyone consider the alternatives?
There aren't any alternatives. Look, you were quite entitled to make any protests or suggestions at the appropriate time.
Appropriate time. The first I remember hearing about it was yesterday afternoon when a workman came around to the house. He didn't tell me straight away, of course. No. I asked if he'd come to wipe the windows. He wiped a couple of them and charged me a $5. Then he told me.
The plans have been available in the planning office for the last 9 months.
I went around to the planning office yesterday afternoon. You hadn't exactly gone out of your way to make the plans evident, like telling anybody or anything.
But the plans were on display.
I eventually had to go down to the cellar.
That's the display department.
With the torch.
The lights have probably gone.
So had the stairs.
But you found the notice, didn't you?
Yes. I found the notice on display in the bottom of a locked filing cabinet in the back of a disused lavatory with a sign on the door saying, "Beware of the leopard." You haven't thought of going to advertising, have you?
It's not as if it's a particularly nice house anyway.
I rather happen to like it.
Mr. Dent.
Hello, yes?
Do you have any idea exactly how much damage that bulldozer would suffer if I let it roll straight over you?
How much?
None at all.
Hello, Arthur.
Oh, hi, Ford. How are you?
I'm fine. Look, how are you? Are you busy?
No, I've just got this bulldozer to lie in front of. Otherwise, not especially at the moment.
Ah, good. There's a pub down the road. Let's go get a drink and we can talk.
Look, don't you understand? This woman wants to knock my house down.
She can do it whilst you're away, can't she?
I don't want her to.
Ah, I'll see what I can do.
Hello, yes. Has Mr. Dent come to his senses yet?
Can we assume for the moment that he has not?
Well?
Can we also assume that he's just going to be lying there all day until you go away?
So?
So you're not really going to be doing anything, are you?
No, not exactly.
Well, if you're already resigned to doing nothing all day, you wouldn't actually need him there, would you?
No, not exactly need.
So if I wanted to take him off to the pub for half an hour, how would that sound?
Perfectly reasonable, I suppose.
And we can always do the same for you in return.
Thanks, that's very kind.
So if you'll just come over here and lie down.
You... what?
You see, my client, Mr. Dent, has agreed to get up and go away on the sole condition that you take over for him.
You want me to come lie down there?
Yes.
In front of the bulldozer?
Yes.
Instead of Mr. Dent?
Yes.
In the mud?
In, as you say, the mud.
In return for which you will take Mr. Dent up to the pub for half an hour?
Yes.
Promise?
Promise. Then no sneaky knocking Mr. Dent's house down while we're away.
Good Lord, no. The mere thought hadn't even begun to speculate about the merest possibility of crossing my mind.
You think we can trust her, Ford?
Myself, I trust you to the end of the earth.
How far is that?
About 12 minutes away. Come on, I need a drink. Pints of bitter, and quickly, please. The world's about to end.
Oh, yes, sir? Nice weather for it. Going to watch the match this afternoon, sir?
No, no point.
Foregone conclusion, then, you reckon, sir? Arsenal without a chance.
No, it's just that the world's about to end.
Of course, sir. So you said. There you are. 6 pints.
Keep the change.
What? Change from a 5? Thank you, sir.
Got 10 minutes left to spend it.
Ford, has the world always been like this, and I've just been too wrapped up in myself to notice, or is it particularly strange today?
Just drink up. You've got 3 pints to get through.
3 pints at lunchtime.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so.
That's very deep. You should send that into the Reader's Digest. They have a page for people like you.
Drink up.
Why 2 pints?
Muscle relaxant. You'll need it.
Why?
All right. I'll explain. How long have we known each other?
5, maybe 6 years. Most of it seemed to make some kind of sense at the time.
Well, how would you react if I were to say that I'm not from Guildford after all, but rather a small planet in the near vicinity of Beetlejuice?
I have no clue. Is that the type of thing you're likely to say?
Just drink up.
This must be a Thursday. I can never get the hang of Thursdays. What's that?
Don't worry, they haven't started.
Good.
It's probably just your house getting knocked down.
What? My God, it is. We had an agreement.
Let them have their fun. Hardly matters at this point.
But it's my house.
Arthur, just let them have their fun, will you?
Darn you and your fairy stories for it. They're knocking my house down. Stop! You vandals, you home wreckers! Stop, will you?
Arthur! Bartender, just 4 packets of peanuts, please.
Yeah, sir. 28 pence.
Keep the change.
Are you serious, sir? I mean, do you really think the world's going to end this afternoon?
Yes, in just over a minute and 35 seconds.
Well, isn't there anything we can do?
No, not really.
I just thought we were meant to lie down or put a paper bag over our heads or something.
If you'd like, yes.
Oh, will that help?
No. Excuse me, I've got to go find my friend.
Last orders, please.
Stop, you pinstripe barbarian. I'll sue the council for every penny it's got. I'll have you hung and drawn and quartered, and whipped and boiled. Then I'll take you and I'll cut you up into little pieces. And I can't think of anything else to do you right now, but I'll be thinking about it.
Come off it. We haven't got much time. Just come here and grab on to this rock.
I'm going to take those pieces, I'm going to throw them on the ground in a big pile. And I'm going to jump on them, and jump on them until I get blisters. Or I can think of something even more unpleasant to do. Then, what the heck is that?
Hardly matters. Arthur, just come over here. Grab onto this rock.
What is it?
It's a fleet of flying saucers.
What do you mean a fleet of flying saucers?
Just that. It's a Vogon constructor fleet.
A what?
A Vogon constructor fleet. I picked up news of their arrival several hours ago on my sub-ether radio.
Oh, boy. We're screwed.
Now, Arthur, calm down. I grab hold.
I can't deal with this. I'm going to go over here and have a nice lie down somewhere.
No. Over here. Keep calm and take hold of...
People of Earth, your attention please. This is Prosenic Vogon Shelter, the Galactic Hyperspace Planning Council. As you are no doubt aware, the plans for the development of the outlying regions of the western spiral arm of the galaxy require the building of a hyperspace express route through your star system. And regrettably, your plan is one of those scheduled for demolition. The process will take slightly less than 2 of your Earth minutes. Thank you very much. There's no point in acting all surprised about it. All the planning charts and demolition orders have been on display at your local planning department in Alpha Centauri for the past 50 of your Earth years. So you've had plenty of time to lodge any formal complaints, and it's far too late to start making a fuss about it now. What do you mean you've never been to Alpha Centauri before? Oh, for heaven's sake, mankind. It's only 4 light years away, you know. I'm sorry, but if you can't be bothered to take any interest in local affairs, that's your own lookout. Airtight the demolition beam. God, I don't know. Apathetic bloody plant. I have no sympathy at all.
I bought some peanuts.
What?
If you've never been through a matter transference beam before, you've probably lost some salt and protein. The peanuts should help. The beer should have cushioned your system a bit. How do you feel?
Like a military academy. Bits of me keep passing out. If I asked you where we were, would I regret it?
We're safe.
Good.
We're in a small galley cabin on one of the ships in the Vogon constructor fleet.
This is obviously some usage of the word safe I was previously unaware of.
I'll have a look for the light.
What are we doing here?
Well, we hitched the lift.
Excuse me. Are you trying to tell me we just stuck out our thumbs and some big, green, bug-eyed monster landed his flying saucer and said, "Hop right in, fellas. I can take you as far as the Basingstoke roundabout."
Well, the thumb is an electronic sub-ether device. The roundabout's at Bernard Star, 6 light years away, but otherwise that's more or less correct.
And the bug-eyed monster?
Is green, yes.
Great. When can I go home?
You can't. Aha!
Good grief. Is this really the interior of a flying saucer?
It certainly is. What do you think?
It's a bit squalid, isn't it?
What did you expect?
I don't know. Flashing lights, control panels. Not, mattresses.
Ah. Well, these are the Dentrasi sleeping quarters.
I thought you said they were called Vogons.
The Vogons run the ship. The Dentrasi are just the cooks.
I'm confused.
Here, have a look at this.
I like the cover. Don't panic. It's the first helpful or intelligible thing anyone said to me all day.
That's why it sells so well. It's sort of an electronic book. Open it. There. Push that button to bring up the index. It's several million entries, so we'll have to fast wind through to V. Now, you enter that code on the tabulator and read what it says.
Vogon constructor fleet. Here's what you do if you want to get a lift from a Vogon. Forget it. They are one of the most unpleasant races in the galaxy. Not actually evil, but bad-tempered, bureaucratic, officious, and callous. They won't even lift a finger to save their own grandmothers from the ravenous bug-bladder beast of Trawl. Without orders, signed and duplicate, sent in, sent back, buried, lost, found, subjected to public inquiry, lost again, and finally buried in a soft peat for 3 months and recycled as firelighters. The best way to get a drink out of a Vogon is to stick your finger down his throat, and the best way to irritate him is to feed his grandmother to the ravenous bug-bladder beast of Trawl.
How did we get a lift then?
Well, you see, that's just the point. It's a bit out of date now. I'm doing field research for the new revised edition of the guide. I, for example, will have to include a revision that points out that now that Vogons have made so much money being professionally unpleasant, they can afford to employ Dentrasi cooks, which gives us a rather handy little loophole.
It's very interesting.
Yes, well, you see, the Dentrasi, they're the best cooks and the best drink mixers, but they don't give a wet slap about anything else. They will always help a hitchhiker on board, though. Mostly, well, they like the company, but it pretty much just annoys the Vogons. Well, it's the sort of thing you need to know, though, if you're an impoverished hitchhiker trying to see the marvels of the galaxy for less than 30 Aldarian dollars a day. It says so on the cover. That's my job. Fun, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Unfortunately, I got stuck here for rather longer than I had intended. Came for a week and got stuck for 15 years.
How did you get here in the first place?
Well, I hitched a lift with a teaser. Oh, right. A teaser is typically a rich kid who goes cruising along, looking for planets that haven't made interstellar contact. And then they'll buzz them.
Buzz them?
They'll find an isolated spot with very few people around, then they'll land right next to some poor, unsuspecting soul, put antennae on their head, strut up and down and make beep-beep noises. It's really very childish.
Ford, this may sound like a silly question, but what am I doing here?
Well, you know that. I rescued you from the Earth.
What's happened to the Earth?
It's been disintegrated.
Has it?
Yes, it's just boiled away into whiffs of nitrogen, hydrogen, and ozone.
Look, I'm a bit upset about that.
Understandably so. Now, you'll need to have this fit in your ear.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it's just a little one.
Jeez. Whoa, that's weird.
It's the Vogon captain making an announcement, so listen up.
I can't speak Vogon.
Oh, you don't have to. Any minute now, the fish will start translating for you.
Oh, what an interesting creature. And I don't mean the fish, I mean the Vogon. When does it take effect?
Well, any time. Usually takes about 45 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Should have a good time. Message repeat. This is your captain speaking, so stop whatever you're doing and pay attention. First of all, I see from our instruments that we have a couple of hitchhikers aboard our ship. Hello, whoever you are. I just want to make it totally clear that you are not at all welcome. I worked hard to get where I am today, and I didn't become the captain of a Vogon constructor ship simply so I could turn it into a taxi service for degenerate freeloaders. I've sent out a search party for you, and as soon as they find you, I will put you off the ship. If you're lucky, I might read you some of my poetry first. Secondly, we are about to jump into hyperspace for the journey to Bernard's star. On arrival, we will stay in dock for a 72-hour refit, and no one's to leave the ship during that time. I repeat, all planet leave is canceled. I've just had an unhappy love affair, so I don't see why anyone else should have a good time. Message end.
Charming, these Vogons. I wish I had a daughter solely for the reason that I could forbid her to marry one.
You wouldn't have to. They have about as much sex appeal as a road accident. You know, and you'd better be prepared for the jump to hyperspace. It's unpleasantly like being drunk.
What's so unpleasant about being drunk?
Ask a glass of water.
Ford?
Yes?
What's this fish doing in my ear?
I told you, it's translating. Now, look up Babel fish in the book.
Oh, I'll never be cruel to gin and tonic again.
The Babel fish is a small, yellow, leech-like, and probably the oddest thing in the universe. It feeds on brainwave energy, observing all unconscious frequencies, and then excreting telepathically a matrix formed from the conscious frequencies and nerve signals picked up from the speech centers of the brain. The practical upshot of which is that if you stick one in your ear, you can instantly understand anything said to you in any form of language. The speech you hear decodes the brainwave matrix. The poor Babel fish, by effectively removing all barriers to communication between different cultures and races, has caused more body of words than anything else in the history of creation.
What an amazing book.
Help me write a new edition.
No, I'd rather go back to Earth. Or its nearest equivalent, I'm afraid.
You're passing up 100 million worlds to explore.
Well, did you get much useful information about the Earth while you were there?
Well, I was able to extend the entry a bit, yes.
Let's see what this edition says then. Let me try it myself. E for Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to have an entry.
Yes, it does. Look there, at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, there we go. Type in that code.
Uh-huh.
And press enter. Oh, wrong code. Okay, now let's see what it says. Enter.
Harmless.
That's all it's got to say is one word. Harmless.
Well, that's the way it is. People didn't know much about the Earth, of course. There was a limited amount of space in the book.
Well, I hope you've managed to rectify that problem a little.
I did manage to transmit a new entry off to the editor. He had to trim it, but it's still an improvement.
What does the new one say?
Mostly harmless.
Mostly harmless?
Well, that's the way it is. We're on a different scale now.
Okay, Ford, I'm coming with you. I'm bloody well coming with you. Where are we now?
We're about 2 light years from Bernard's star. It's a beautiful place, sort of a hyperspace junction. You can get anywhere from there.
Do you hear that? Sounds like footsteps.
Well, if we're lucky, it's just going to be the Vogons come to throw us out to die a horrible death in the inky blackness of space.
Oh, and if we're unlucky?
The captain might have been serious in his threat to want to read us his poetry first.
Vogon poetry is, of course, the third worst in the universe. The second worst is that of the Azogs of Korea. The very worst poetry of all, pierced along with its creators, Paul and Nancy Millingstone Jennings of Greenbridge, Essex, England, in the destruction of planet Earth. Vogon poetry is mild by comparison.
O friend of Gruntbug Lee, thy next relations are to meet. As pernick gabba blushes, and lurdred be. Group I employ thee, my fruiting trundling drones, as pooplessly drangle me with cringly bindle whirls, or otherwise I'll rend thee in the gabba woods with my burdle crunching. So see if I don't. So, Earthlings.
I'm not from Earth.
Quiet you. I present you with a simple choice. I was gonna throw you into the dark, empty blackness of space to die horribly and slowly. But there is one way. One simple way in which you may save yourselves. Think carefully before you hold your lives in your hands. Now choose. Either die in the vacuum of space, or tell me how good you thought my poem was.
Their integrity and staff, can they escape without completely compromising their honor and artistic judgment? Please answers. Read the book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.